start the practice, you don't need knee pads. You can use a blanket, or if you've got super robust kneecaps, you maybe don't need anything at all, but I'm going to use them. I'm going to place a knee pad underneath that left knee. Take the hands either side of the right foot, and we open with some fluid movement coming into and out of a half split. Now, importantly here, this is the best preparation for when we're coming into those long static holds. So we want to progressively travel a little deeper each time, allow the muscles and importantly the nervous system to feel safer and more compatible with the movements, meaning that when we come into those static stretches, we can develop them in a much deeper capacity. And importantly, we can then tune into the breath. So as I come forward here, just pay attention to that I'm sending my knee way over the toe to enhance that ankle flexibility too. And as I pull back, I'm keeping the toes of that right foot curled back too. This is going to enhance the depth of stretch across the entirety of the back of the leg. Let's do this just a couple more times. Now the final time that we come forwards, because that is our time elapsed, I'm going to take my right hand onto the right thigh, reset my timer, and then for the second minute, I'm going to do this. Tuck the tailbone under. Imagine you're lifting your pubic bone up, sending your tailbone down. I want to enhance the stretch that I feel at the top of that left hip flexor and thigh. Then I do this. Push to reach up, and then again, come back into the half split and fold. Again, push to reach up. Come back into the half split and fold. And again, we're going to use a little bit of momentum, not too much. We're not forcing the movements, but we're definitely using the rhythm. And as the body warms up, it's going to enable us to again maybe find a safer, deeper range. Come forwards, lift up. Remember, we're trying to tune into this top of the front hip there, into the hip flexors. Come again, up, and then pull back. Let's take one more. Pull up, and then back. Okay, let's come to our first static posture then. This is where we're going to try to really develop in towards the splits. Now, if you've got a greater range of motion, more flexibility, you're going to find that you can have your kneecap closer to the wall. If you've got lesser to work with to begin with, then the knee's going to be further away from the wall. Really simple parameters there. So I'm going to walk my knee quite far back towards the wall because I've done this many times before and it feels fine for me. Then I'm going to sit up. Importantly here is the pelvic tilt. If I'm not lifting the pubic bone up at the front and sending the tailbone down, then I'm just not accessing that front hip, the hip flexors, as much as I could do. I'm going to bring in my timer, start the minute now, tuck under, and then send my body back against the wall. Now I am lifting up at the front, enhancing the depth and the intensity of the stretch, not just to the quad, the thigh here, but also the hip flexor. And I'm breathing slowly. Seal the lips, breathe into that lower rib cage, the diaphragm region. Remember, the breath signals the nervous system and therefore the muscles that you're safe. If we breathe short and fast, the opposite happens. The body will feel threatened and it will fight against the posture. Really good. You can hear that is our timer. Now as I come forwards, I'm going to come into the second component of the half split, and that is walking my right leg forwards, keep a bend of the right knee, and then I'm going to quite simply fold over that right side. Now this time, I'm tilting the hips to lift my buttock up and back, pressing the pubic bone down. If you do this, you will feel a more intense stretch across the back of the right leg. I keep the toes curled back to me, and then round my spine. Bow the head, and it's the same breath pattern. Seal the lips, breathe consciously through the nose, and breathe into that lower rib cage, slowly and fully. Last breath. There's our timer. Perfect. Now there's just one more thing to do, and that's to come towards the split. Now I'm going to use a brick to help me in the split. I'm actually going to flatten it down. Feel comfortable with the brick being nice and flat. And I start the timer. Relax the shoulders, trying not to lean too much to the right, and making sure that I feel a stretch across the top of the left thigh, back of the right leg. My shoulders are pulled back. And then it's the same breath pattern. Inhale, into the ribs slowly, exhale, out of the ribs slowly. See if you can start to just extend the exhale. Cue the body that you're relaxed. There's our timer. Out we come. Place our props to one side and let's take it to the side. So I'm going to take the knee pad over towards the left, timer to this right side. We started with that kind of seesawing action to open up the back of the left leg. Let's this time around see if we can layer in the breath better. Remember, we also included some ankle mobility and flexibility, trying to keep your left heel on the ground, but bringing your knee towards the toes. Then as I pull back, I pull the toes with me and I enhance the depth of the stretch in that left leg. Now, just to help anchor the mind, let's pattern the breath. Inhale to come forwards. Exhale to pull back. Inhale to come forwards. Exhale to pull back. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, pull back. Let's just take a couple more. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, forwards. There's our timer. Our second movement, left hand onto the left thigh. Remember, we give more attention now to the hip flexor on that right side. Pubic bone at the front up, tailbone down. Locate the sensation top of the right hip. Restart our timer. Similar movement. We just exaggerate to lift the right hand up and back. And then we pull forwards. Stay with the same fold. Inhale to come all the way up and back, maybe lift the chest too. Exhale and fold. And then like we did on the previous side, we want the movement and the rhythm to enhance the practice. Warms the tissues up, but just as importantly, the repetitive element to it helps the body calm down. So it's now been in this position time and time again. Your breath is calm. That signals to your body and your nervous system, it can relax. And some of that overprotective tension, the contraction of the muscles, that can ease. Fold. This will be our last one. Come all the way up and back. And then forward. Perfect. Okay, let's come into the first of our 3 static stretches. We started with the hip flexor. So again, remember, the closer your knee goes to the wall, the more intense it will be because we involve the quad a little more. The further the knee is away, the more accessible it will be. I'm going to head towards the wall. Top of my right foot against the wall. Tilt the hips. So my pubic bone's lifting up. And the most important thing is sensation. So can I hold my body in such a way that I'm locating the top of that right thigh and hip? And if I can, then I'm in practice. I'm going to take my shoulders back towards the wall. I'm going to bring my hands towards that lower rib cage region. And I'm going to breathe slowly into the diaphragm. Now we can even enhance this practice further. Use an internal count. Press your right hip forwards. Inhale for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. There's the timer. Let's come forwards away from the wall. Let's come into our second posture, the half split. Still going to use my knee pad. So here we still have a slight bend of the left knee. We fold forwards. If you notice that your body is quite a distance away from the leg and it's rounding the spine too much and you're feeling a lot of pull in the lower back, simply bend the knee a little more. We fold forwards, clear my throat, walk, and then fold. I'm just going to be careful of the mic when I come into this forward position. In fact, I'm just going to hold my jumper. So you don't need to do that at home. It's simply so you can hear me better. Fold the body over that left side. Seal the lips. If it helps, close your eyes. Inhaling into that lower part of your body for a count of 4. Exhale, count of 4. There's our alarm. Take it out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's come into our split. So remember, find the appropriate distance for your split using bolsters and props and bricks. I'm going to bring a brick in again just because it makes me feel a little more stable, particularly when I'm trying to present. I'm going to curl the toes of the left foot back. Hopefully you can still see those on the camera. And then press my right hip forwards. Try to keep the shoulders set over the hips. And then still breathing into that lower rib cage diaphragm area and using the same count. Inhale 4, exhale 4. Notice if the breath becomes short and sharp and step back away from that. Longer, slower breaths, extended exhales. Feeling the breath here. They're all signals to help you develop the posture better. And there, my friends, is our time. We come out of the posture. We take a final moment to just pause, steady ourselves, let everything settle. And just for a final few waves, seal the lips, breathe in and out through the nose. Always use your practice as a means to help you become more centered for whatever is ahead of you for the remainder of your day or evening. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. We're good to go. Thank you for practicing. See you again soon.